Hi friends, if you are here watching me on the replay, welcome, and welcome to another live DIY with Essential Stencils. And I'm your host tonight. I'm your ambassador live tonight, and we are on Essential Stencils page. You can also follow me over at I Restore Stuff. That's I Restore Stuff, because I love to upcycle furniture and home decor. So you can join me there, folks, if you would like to. We are going to be doing something with a upcycled frame that I got from a op shop, we call them here in Australia, thrift store, charity shop, whatever you'd like to call it. This is quite a large frame. Look, it fits my whole face. It's almost as big as the TV behind me. I have a little bit of water here in a jar, a very tiny amount, to create our stain wash. And I'm using Fusion Colour Elmwood. Okay, it's a kind of a tan brown colour, but it's got some hints of grey in that. Okay, to make our stain, I'm going to just add a little tiny drizzle. Usually it's about 1 part paint to 9 or 10 parts water. So we'll see how much that, what am I trying to say? We'll see how that mixes up. It's going to be a bit of a driftwood kind of colour, I think, if you can see that there. I'll point the camera down so we can have a little bit of a better look. I'll do my other view and I'll pop myself up there in the corner so you can see me up there. So we've got this colour here. There we go. And I'll paint a little bit on and see how it looks. So remembering that this is, it's a light wood pine, but this is wet and it will dry a little bit. So we're just staining this nice. Okay, so I'll just let this dry because that's just going to be the frame for when we've finished our image over here. And I was going to use the Wild and Free words from one of the hat stencils for this. So having a look here at where our frame might fit and where the horse will go, it'll just go perfectly right here. And so because this is going this way instead of at the bottom, I think it just works better to put it at the top. So I'll put the horse around about there on the board, and then that's plenty of room for my beautiful words at the top. So let's get this started. We'll centre that. I'm going to just try and do a little bit first, get that down on here first. And now I can lay my hands down on it, and then we can move the rest of it out and lay it down flat. Now we're going to look for my cute little transfer tool, and we are going to be rubbing that all over the board. Just rubbing a little bit harder now on those pieces as I lift them, because we want to make sure that every little bit is going down onto the board. Because right now there, we're finished, guys. I think I've got maybe just a couple of little flecks that I can see were right there, but man, I could touch those up. Oh, look, I can match it. I did, I matched it. Little patch, little patches. All right, there we go, horsey. So we've got our Wild and Free now, and we can just pop that up the top, and it's going to look so cute. And I will just use that brown. This is the colour Elmwood, which is what I used for washing, putting a stain wash on this frame here. So we used that, and let me just make sure, we'll pop our little frame on, make sure it's sort of in the right place. Choose whatever colour you like, and I'm going to be doing a nice swirling motion here. Just a little, as it starts to dry out at the end here, I just have to press a little harder, and it gets it in. Oh, ah, dear, that stencil moved. It moved on me. Oh, that's annoying. So I'll just have to sand off these little bits. It just went and moved. I don't know if you caught that, but if I bring it up, you'll see on the top of the D here, where we go, there we go, it's a little smudge, and that's why we need to tape our stencils down sometimes. But I'll get a little bit of sandpaper, and I think I should be able to get that off. So we've got this. Look at that. It's going to look amazing. Gorgeous framed, huge framed art piece. You can hardly see it. I'll have to hold it up at the end of the live. But what I do is just get a staple gun and staple that MDF to the back of the board then, and it's ready to go. So let me set that aside and let's have a look at our hat that we want to work on today. I've chosen this felt hat, and let's just go ahead and get the leopard skin, the leopard print. So this leopard print one, let's see, the oval shape kind of goes a little bit like so. And this is the wild and free, or if you wanted to, you could use the other wild and free in there. If you've got both sets. Now, last week I used this 1/2-inch domed bristle brush, and I really liked that. I really liked the way that it held the paint and kept going on. So I'm going to start down on this section here. I'll move that up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start down here, and I'm just pouncing and doing a little bit of a swirl with this domed brush. Oh, folks, we are nearly here at the end of our leopard print. And remember, I've just done one coat on this, so if I'm going to go back, I won't do that now. For sure I won't do that now. But if I'm going to go back and go over this, I may have to be very careful to get that lined up exactly. Let's have a look at that. Wow. Yes, it's very cute. Looks a bit of a faded look. I think that's okay. We've got some leopard print on there, and then we've got our wild and free. Let's have a look at that stencil. I think that would be a lot quicker. So let's have a look at this. Wild and free, and we could put this underneath. I did another hat earlier this week, and I put it underneath the brim. So there's that option if anyone was, it runs right into the flower over here, so that's cool. Okay, lifting that up carefully, we've got our wild and free, and that went straight on into the flowers and everything, so I like it. And there's my hat. I have to put that on. Let me go. We'll change it back to this view so we can pop the hat on. And we'll see how that looks. There we go. How are we looking? Wild and free. So we've done the hat stencil right at the last minute. And then we did this huge, nice signboard with a canvas upcycled frame from a canvas that I found at a thrift store. So don't forget, look out for those solid pine. You just have a little peek behind the canvas, have a look behind it, see if it's got some solid wood timber frame. This one's got some beautiful beveled edge on it. And so then you just tear off the canvas with your staples, remove that, and then create your own fun sign like this. There were some horses left, so please go and get those. Plus, you can find these stencils right there. Don't forget to use my code I Restore Stuff. All right, see you next week. Bye.